Welcome to It's a High Raw Life, episode 34, I think. And I'm making stuffed mushrooms. And I'm making up this recipe as I go, so let's see what happens here. Okay, I marinated my mushrooms for about an hour and a half. And the reason why is I didn't want to just eat raw stuffed mushrooms, because I just didn't, I don't know. I'm sure it's good, and I just wanted it to be a little softer, I guess. So by marinating the mushrooms for about an hour in equal parts fresh lemon juice and tamari sauce, a wheat-free soy sauce, they have a little bit of a cooked feeling to them. The texture changes a little bit. And so if I marinated them longer, they would get softer, but I want them to hold their form. I don't want them to be squishy. I'm going to save this marinade of lemon and tamari, and I'm going to throw something else in that into the fridge since it was just mushrooms in there. Okay, so then I soaked a half a cup of sunflower seeds and a half a cup of cashews. And I drained them off, and now I'm going to put those in my mini food processor. Now I'm only making this for myself, but I'm, thinking about for if and when I have guests over, I want to be able to throw something fun like this together and show off a little. So I hope it comes out good, because it would be nice. Now before I add anything else to this, I'm going to process this up a little bit. You could do this, in anything, obviously. A mini processor like what I'm doing, or did I plug it in? I don't know if I did. Let's check. There we go. Okay, or even a blender, but that might not make it. You want it to be, gritty, more like a pesto, not totally pureed. So let's see what happens. Let's try grate. Okay, now before I let this go too much further, I'm going to add in my other ingredients. Oh, now I need a spatula. I didn't get that. Okay, here's what I'm going to put in. About a teaspoon of lemon juice that was left over from the lemon that I juiced earlier. Now, the tamari is, high in sodium, so I don't want to put in a ton of salt. So I'm going with 1/8 of a teaspoon of sea salt just to add it in and help meld the flavors together. Then 1/8 of a teaspoon of white pepper. Now, obviously, you can make a filling of anything you want, any flavors you want. I didn't want to have anything too Italian or too Mexican because I'm going to just have it with a salad tonight with that honey mustard dressing. So also putting in 1/4 teaspoon of cumin. And even though I'm making this recipe up, I actually wrote it down, so I'll be able to put it in there. And now I saved the stems from the mushrooms. The mushrooms that I'm using are baby bellas. And I, cut off the very bottom of the stem and then pulled them out. And I saved that. And I'm going to put them in here. I happen to really like mushrooms, and it's not something I make often because there are people in my house who detest the smell of mushrooms cooking. Well, ta-da, I'm not cooking them. And I'm going to throw in a clove of garlic. I should probably chop it up first, but I'm too lazy right now. And I have 2 sprigs of cilantro. And that's all going in there. I hope that works. To me, that just sounded like enough seasoning so that the sunflowers and the cashews were not too bland. So I used some of that hot mustard last night on my spring rolls, like I said I would. So good. When I make some sushi rolls with nori, I'm totally going to put that hot mustard in there. Okay, here we go. A little bit much for the mini processor, and actually it's going to make a ton of filling, which I don't need. It smells good. I don't need that much because I'm only making enough mushrooms for myself. But that's okay because I'm going to have this left over and I'll use it for other things. I can use it in a nori roll with some veggies and whatnot. I'm going to process it up just a tiny bit more actually because this seems like a nice texture to me. Get down on it. That smells really good. And I kind of like how some of the sunflower seeds are still full. But you know what? It's not as cohesive as I would like it to be. So here's what I'm going to do. Okay, I am going to take about a teaspoon of the marinade. I'm doing this with 1/8 of a teaspoon. Let's just pour it in and eyeball it. Not too much, because I don't want it to be, oh, that's dripping everywhere. I don't want it to be, you know, too Asian in flavor either. It's such a mess all the time. It's crazy. Here we go. Last time. There we go. See, it just needed that tiny bit of liquid to pull it all together. Okay. So let's see how this goes. It doesn't matter. It's just me in my kitchen. I can be messy. So we're just going to fill in our little mushrooms. Oh, it's really cute. I'm excited about this. This is different, and it's mushrooms, which is nice. And I'm already thinking about lots of things I could do with this leftover. I can now add other flavors to it. And, you know, I can add in oregano and basil and red hot pepper and whatnot, and turn it into a whole nother filling for something else. Can fill in some zucchini slices, make little boats or something, or stuffed peppers. Oh, that's a good idea. Chop up a bunch of veggies like carrots and celery and whatnot, and mix it all in, and then stuff it in a pepper. That'll be good. I bet this will last a while in the refrigerator too. Okay, so instead of watching me do every single one of these, I'm going to do this big one. I'm just going to show you how it looks. Maybe I should taste one. That would have been a good idea to taste the filling, wouldn't it? I didn't think about that. Well, as you guessed, I pretty much will eat anything, won't I? All right, here's a little one. I'm going to try it. Oh, I am so happy. Good. Let me try the filling. It's perfect. The white pepper. Key. I love white pepper. I'm also going to sprinkle a little bit of red pepper flakes on top. I wish it was dinner time right now, but I have to go take one daughter to book club, one to piano, here and there and everywhere. I chopped up some red pepper just to make it pretty. Look it. Yum. Isn't that nice? Thanks for watching It's a High Raw Life, making stuffed mushrooms, having fun with you all, and I'll see you soon.